For decades, Australia has been known as one of the most isolated major countries in the world. Traveling from Sydney to London or New York has always required at least one stop, long layovers, and more than a full day of travel. But what if you could fly directly from Australia to the other side of the world without landing once? That is exactly what Qantas is attempting with one of the most ambitious aviation projects ever conceived. It's called Project Sunrise. Powered by a specially modified Airbus A350-1000ULR, Qantas plans to launch non-stop flights from Sydney to London and New York, with flight times reaching nearly 22 hours. These services would become some of the longest commercial flights ever operated, pushing both aircraft technology and human endurance to new limits. But why has this project taken so long? What makes this aircraft different from every other Airbus A350? And can passengers really stay comfortable for almost an entire day in the air? This is the story of Qantas Airbus A350-1000ULR and the race to conquer aviation's final frontier. The final frontier of air travel. For most of aviation history, distance has always been the biggest challenge. Although aircraft became faster and more efficient over the years, non-stop flights between Australia's east coast and cities such as London or New York remained out of reach. Even modern aircraft needed refueling stops. In 2017, Qantas launched an ambitious challenge to aircraft manufacturers. The airline wanted a plane capable of flying directly from Sydney to London and New York without stopping. The project was given the codename Project Sunrise, inspired by historic Qantas flights during World War II that were so long they experienced 2 sunrises during a single journey. The challenge was clear: create an aircraft capable of connecting Australia to almost anywhere in the world non-stop. Airbus versus Boeing. The competition quickly became one of the most fascinating battles in modern aviation. Both Airbus and Boeing proposed solutions. Boeing offered a version of its upcoming 777X family. Airbus responded with a specially modified version of the A350-1000. After years of studies, research flights, and negotiations, Qantas selected Airbus in 2019 and formally ordered 12 aircraft in 2022. The winner would become known as the Airbus A350-1000ULR. ULR stands for Ultra Long Range. And unlike a standard A350-1000, this aircraft would be built specifically for Project Sunrise. What makes the A350-1000ULR special? At first glance, the aircraft looks similar to any other Airbus A350. But underneath the skin, it is a very different machine. The aircraft features additional fuel capacity, including an extra fuel tank capable of carrying approximately 20,000 liters of fuel beyond the standard design. This allows the aircraft to remain airborne for up to 22 hours. Power comes from powerful Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines specifically optimized for extreme long-range performance. The aircraft is expected to fly nearly 10,000 nautical miles, making it one of the longest-range passenger aircraft ever built. For Qantas, range was only part of the challenge. Passenger comfort was equally important. Designing an aircraft for 22 hours, flying for nearly an entire day presents challenges that airlines have never faced before. Passengers cannot simply sit in the same seat for 22 hours. Qantas partnered with researchers, medical experts, designers, and the University of Sydney's Charles Perkins Centre to study how ultra-long-haul travel affects the human body. The result is one of the most unique aircraft interiors ever developed. The aircraft will carry only 238 passengers, significantly fewer than many other A350-1000s in service. This provides additional personal space throughout the cabin. Passengers will have access to 6 first-class suites, 52 business-class suites, 40 premium economy seats, 140 economy seats. More than 40% of the aircraft's seats are located in premium cabins, reflecting the demand for comfort on extremely long flights. The wellbeing zone. Perhaps the most unusual feature on board is the wellbeing zone. Instead of using every available space for passenger seats, Qantas created a dedicated area where travelers can stretch, move around, hydrate, and follow guided wellness programs during the flight. The airline hopes this will help reduce fatigue and make ultra-long-haul travel more manageable. Custom lighting systems will also simulate sunrise and sunset cycles, helping passengers adjust to different time zones and reduce jet lag. These features show that Project Sunrise is not only about distance, it's also about changing how passengers experience extremely long flights. Building the world's longest flight. Construction of the first aircraft is taking place at Airbus facilities in Toulouse, France. By late 2025, major sections of the aircraft had already been assembled, including the fuselage, wings, tail, and landing gear. In 2026, the aircraft entered final assembly stages, receiving its Rolls-Royce engines and preparing for extensive flight testing. These tests are critical. Before passengers can board, Airbus and Qantas must prove that the aircraft can safely perform some of the longest flights ever attempted by a commercial airliner. Why has Project Sunrise been delayed? The journey has not been smooth. Project Sunrise was originally expected to launch years earlier. However, the COVID-19 pandemic, supply chain disruptions, manufacturing delays, and certification challenges pushed the timeline back multiple times. Recent reports indicate that Airbus delivery delays have moved the arrival of the first aircraft to April 2027. Qantas still expects operations to begin before the end of 2027. While frustrating for aviation enthusiasts, these delays highlight the complexity of creating an aircraft capable of operating flights unlike anything currently in service. The routes that will change aviation. When Project Sunrise finally launches, the first routes are expected to connect Sydney to London, Sydney to New York. Future expansions could potentially include other ultra-long-haul destinations. These non-stop flights could reduce travel times by up to 4 hours compared with traditional one-stop journeys. For business travelers, tourists, and frequent flyers, that time saving could completely change the way people travel between Australia and the rest of the world. The bigger impact on aviation. Project Sunrise is about much more than one airline. If successful, it could reshape global aviation. For decades, airlines relied on hub airports and connecting flights to link distant cities. Project Sunrise challenges that model. Instead of connecting through Singapore, Dubai, Doha, or Los Angeles, passengers could travel directly between some of the world's most distant cities. The project could influence future aircraft designs, cabin layouts, passenger wellness research, and airline route planning for decades to come. It represents a major shift in what airlines believe is possible. Conclusion. For over a century, aviation has continuously pushed the limits of distance. From the first transatlantic crossings to today's ultra-efficient long-haul aircraft, every generation has moved the world closer together. Now, Qantas is attempting what was once considered impossible. With the Airbus A350-1000ULR, Project Sunrise aims to connect Australia directly to cities on the other side of the planet, creating some of the longest commercial flights ever flown. The project has faced delays, technical challenges, and years of development. But if it succeeds, passengers could soon board an aircraft in Sydney, settle into their seat, and step off nearly 22 hours later in London or New York without ever stopping. A journey that once took days will be completed in less than one. And when that first Project Sunrise flight finally departs, it won't just mark the launch of a new route. It will mark the beginning of a new era in long-haul aviation. The question is no longer whether ultra-long-haul travel is possible. The question is how far airlines will go next. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more aviation documentaries, airline stories, aircraft reviews, and the latest developments from the world of flight. Be sure to turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Until next time, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.